This is Emunah La-Paz, and today we're going to talk about soulmates. I know many of us are still searching for the right one, Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, and the problem may be that we are setting our standards way too high. Some people get offended when they hear that, and they're like, oh, I'm not going to lower my standards. But in reality, Mr. Right could look like Mr. Bean. And even though that's probably not attractive to you and you don't want anything to do with that, someone would probably like that look. And as long as he doesn't act like that, it could really work out. Some men may be looking for Mrs. Universe, and that's probably not going to happen. Your soulmate may have a limp, and she may be a beautiful person, but you can't look past the limp. And she may have a beautiful heart, but physically you just can't get past it. And I do understand, because like the movie Shallow Hal, that he just couldn't get past the physical, but eventually he did, but a lot of us can't. And I do understand how that is, because there was an incident that happened to me in a restaurant, and I had asked the waitress to not put any mayo on my burger. But I don't think she heard me, so I actually went back to where the cook was, because sometimes I do that, but I will never do it again, just to make sure that they don't put mayo on my burger. And the cook turned around when I got back there, and he had a missing eye. And there wasn't a patch over it or anything, and I don't know, that just was not very settling for me, and I know I should have looked beyond the point, but my mind couldn't get past it, and I kept wondering what happened to his eye. And I didn't know. It could have been an incident in the war, but I kept thinking maybe it fell out into the soup or into that frying thing, and it just really messed with my mind, and it's ignorance. That's what it is. So that made me feel bad, because he may have a wonderful wife that doesn't even care that his eye is missing, and that's fine, and that's true love. And I think a lot of us need to kind of overlook those things, and maybe it's not to that extreme, but it does take a while to get used to. But eventually I was able to eat again and just put it out of my mind. So this soul searching is a journey. And it can be a very sad journey sometimes, but it can also teach us a lot about ourselves. I'm not a perfect person by any means, and I know people have to overlook my flaws as well. And so that takes a lot of humility, and you have to put your pride aside, because I do actually know some women who just think they are so perfect. Well, actually just one. And yeah, we just kind of don't get along very well, because she's really expecting a lot. And even though I do look at the positive in everyone, she's just not up to par for what she's asking for. I do think if you're going to ask for something, you got to look the part too. I mean, chain smoking at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not judging, I'm not. And then, but you want somebody fit, and you can barely make it up a flight of steps. That is not, I don't know what's going on there, but it's not reality. You know, you gotta kind of push it down a little bit more. And if you want somebody that's fit, then you should probably look fit. If you want someone who is not an alcoholic, then maybe you shouldn't drink either. A lot. But it is a journey, but it's worth it, because this is a person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with and have children with. So it's worth the journey, and it's worth learning a lot about yourself. So happy soul searching, and thank you.